Lao government officials and members of the diplomatic corps from the EU member states' embassies gathered on Monday to highlight the first anniversary of the Paris Agreement and achievements reached since it was adopted last year.
To celebrate the first anniversary of the Paris Agreement that has been done last year on the 12th.
The Europe House in Vientiane was illuminated with green lights on Monday by EU Ambassador to Laos, Mr. Leo Faber, and witnessed by other diplomats and officials. Speaking at the Green Light event, EU Ambassador to Laos, Mr. Leo Faber, said preventing dangerous climate change is a key priority for the European Union. Europe is working hard to cut its greenhouse gas emissions substantially while encouraging other nations and regions to do likewise. The Paris Agreement brings all nations into a common cause to undertake ambitious efforts to combat climate change and adapt to its effects, with enhanced support to assist developing countries to do so.
Today we celebrate the first anniversary of the COP21 agreement. We're very happy that we are together with the Lao friends and the delegation that has gone to Paris last year. And we are of course also very happy that the Lao PDR was among the first countries to have ratified the agreement and the first one within ASEAN countries.
Je regarde la salle, je vois que la réaction est positive, je n'entends pas d'objection. L'accord de Paris pour le climat est accepté.
The Paris Agreement was adopted on December 12, 2015 at the 21st session of the Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change held in Paris. Since the Paris Agreement will serve as a legal instrument for countries to combat climate change, Laos is the first country among Southeast Asian nations to ratify the landmark deal.
Human activities such as burning fossil fuels, livestock farming, and deforestation cause global temperatures to surge. Rising sea levels will put coasts and low-lying islands at risk. Severe drought.
The Paris Agreement is an agreement within the framework of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, dealing with greenhouse gas emission mitigation, adaptation, and finance starting in the year 2020.
By reducing greenhouse gas emissions and taking measures to adapt to the unavoidable impacts of climate change.
I think the cooperation between Laos and the European Union is very good. It's actually excellent. We are very happy to be a trustworthy partner of the Lao PDR. And we have a large program for over 200 million euros over 6 years, and we mainly on 3 pillars is nutrition, education, and good governance and strengthening the institutions. So we are very happy with this program, and I hope that the Lao government and the Lao people are happy with us too.
International cooperation is key to reach a global climate solution.
The Paris Agreement's central aim is to strengthen the global response to the threat of climate change by keeping a global temperature rise this century well below 2 degrees Celsius, to increase the capacity to adapt to the adverse impacts of climate change, promoting resilience and adaptation investments in developing countries, in particular to reduce threats to food production and to make adequate financial resources available to support a climate-resilient and low-carbon economic development.
The EU has already reduced its emissions by almost a quarter, while at the same time growing its economy by almost 50%.
Climate change is happening. It's clear that the world's very best scientists have made it repeatedly clear that climate change is happening. It is happening much, much faster than one may think. I sincerely hope that negotiators and ministers, they should look beyond their national interest. That is why
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon said the global climate agreement would accelerate the growth of clean energy and help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, and would strengthen international stability and security, save lives, and improve human well-being. In recent years, Laos has experienced severe flooding and drought, affecting livelihoods and socioeconomic development. The government is working in cooperation with friendly nations and international organizations to respond to climate change and focusing on the sustainable use of natural resources.